Authentic Italian spaghetti carbonara. This shocked me the first time I made it. After trying different ways of making carbonara, I've seen the light, and would like to share this gift with you. No cream to help stabilize the sauce, this rich pasta is gonna punch you with decadent flavor. Traditionally, this dish uses guanciale, also known as pig cheek, but I couldn't track any down close by, so pancetta is a great substitute. Bacon is also fine, but it's not as good as the other two, for reasons you'll see later. Start off by ever so slowly rendering the fat on your meat at a low temperature. If you cook it too hot, the lean meat will burn, and you'll be left with fatty chunks, so just slowly melt it off. While your meat is caramelizing, we'll make what will become the cream for this carbonara. Crack 4 eggs into a decent-sized bowl. Add 2 ounces of pecorino romano cheese, and then 3 ounces of parmesan. The real stuff, not the craft powder stuff. Please, for the love of God. Beat that mixture nicely. And then crack in some black pepper. That's it, don't add any salt. The only salt you'll need is for your pasta water. The pecorino romano cheese is very salty and will prove to be an excellent substitute. Trust me. I have a problem with forgetting to boil water ahead of time. Don't be like me. Start your water as soon as you start to caramelize your meat. Season the water with sea salt. Here you can see our pancetta is slowly rendering and looking good. We're on track. At this point, you'll want your pasta in. Using a thicker pasta for this is definitely the way to go, because it's going to carry the flavor of the sauce much better. So I'm using spaghettoni. Just drop it in your salted water and forget about it, besides the occasional stir. Now, you basically have all your elements to create this dish. Once the pancetta is nearing the finish line, we'll take a spoon and a small dish to scoop some of the fat out of the pan to be used as a topping for the carbonara. I mentioned earlier that bacon fat isn't as good for this dish, and here's why. The bacon fat will cool and solidify rapidly, and you'll be left with solid fat if you wait too long to serve. I've noticed pancetta and guanciale fat stay in liquid form much longer. If you do use bacon, however, just make sure you use a microwave-safe dish and warm it back up to a liquid. You'll be okay. Once your noodles are al dente, we will move on. You don't want them fully cooked, because they still have some heat to take in the pan, and mushy pasta will affect the quality of your carbonara. Take some of that starchy pasta water and drop it in your pancetta pan. Next, you'll retrieve your pasta from the water and place it into the pan as well. As you place it, give it a stir and try and coat the pasta with the nice remaining oil and pancetta chunks in there. And once you have your pasta all in and mixed to your liking, it's time to add your cream. First, add 1 more hit of your pasta water here. This is the point where it can all go wrong, so listen up. Bring your pan to a very, very low heat, and I mean low. Since we aren't using cream to stabilize this sauce, the second this mixture touches a hot pan, you've got cheesy scrambled eggs on your hands, not carbonara. So just turn your heat down and trust in the process. Mix this cream in with gusto, and don't stop until it's all melted and assimilated into the sauce. I mean, really give her here. You can see the sauce beginning to come together here. Let me get that spillage real quick. Yeah. Back to mixing. You can see the smooth, silky sauce in the pan. This is what you want, an unbelievably rich and creamy texture. When it looks like this, you're ready to serve. Place it onto a plate. And if you want more pancetta on there, just scoop some out and drop it on. Next, take some of that fat we scooped out earlier and drizzle it on top. Don't skip this step, it takes the dish to the next level. And finally, finish with a sprinkle of grated pecorino romano cheese on top. That's it. This is so unbelievably easy to execute if you follow these steps. I love this dish. There's so much flavor with so few ingredients, it is shocking. You can't eat too much of it though, because it's so rich you'll be horizontal after 3 servings of it. I would recommend stopping at 2. Shout out to Chef Jean-Pierre, who I learned this recipe from by watching his videos. He's amazing, hilarious, and I think you should check him out. I'll put his link in the description.